a thing. We go on a town.
Hey, welcome back to the Own Your Power Lifestyle Show. I'm Coach Simone Kelly, intuitive life coach, Reiki master, and author with Own Your Power Communications. We're your trusted guide to conscious living, intuitive wisdom, and personal growth. And we are back with a regular expert, Melissa Moonchild, who is a master herbalist. And she was with us last week where we talked about the 7-day feast on how to cleanse their body and detox, but in a fun way. Which I like the word feast versus in the past. But
All day, all day.
so if you haven't heard that show, make sure you tune into that show and learn all of the tips. But now that was the first step, first getting your body ready, right? And today we're talking about the hidden invaders, what parasites may be doing to your body, and how to get rid of them. And that's been the biggest craze, at least on my algorithm, because I looked at one thing and then after that, everything I'm looking at is related to parasites and how they're taking over. Now, we talked a little bit about it on the last show, how in most cultures, aside from America, they're taught to do a detox, a seasonal detox or something. In Jamaica, it's called a washout before you go to school.
Mm-hmm.
On a lot of islands, they do a lot of different things. You said in your culture, what was it they used? Castor oil?
They use castor oil to purge.
Yeah.
Yep, the kids. Yep.
So I want this discussion to go deeper into first understanding what are parasites, because a lot of people don't get it. They just think of some creature. Is it common that most people have them? And like just explain what they do and how do they end up in the human body?
Okay, so I want to demystify it just a little bit because people it's so sensational right now, and right, and people I want if you get a full understanding of what's going on, what we're really seeking is more of a balance.
Right.
And you don't even really have to, so I mean, like, you killing them is one thing, but maintaining an environment where they don't even want to really take root, where they can't take root because there's no food and the environment is hostile to them, is the key, is what we're going to do. It Parasites are, it's a general term because there's so many of them. There's some that are microscopic and they're in your blood and your nervous system, and singular cell, multi-cell strings of them together in a chain. And then there's some that are like big old worms that can be feet long that you could poop out and pull out of your throat when you throw them up, and like there's and everything in between, you know?
Our movie.
Like a horror movie, okay? But all of them are opportunistic, really, and meaning that they don't come like seeking you out and then gonna hunt you down, and if you get in contact with them and then that's it, it's over. The opportunity is that they take advantage of is the internal environment in you that has food and a nice home for them. And their food and their nice home are our disease states. We're on a much different, when our microbiome is intact and stuff like that, they can't live. And we got a lot of oxygen, and you got a lot of electricity, and you got a lot of joy, right? They can't really colonize there. Where you get them from is just the most mundane places. We all are in contact with parasites all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you have any kind of animal that you live with, you know, they go through your foot when you walk through the dirt, the single microscopic ones, eating sushi, eating out. You know what I mean? Drinking tap water has protozoa and different types of single cell parasites and stuff. Even your own immune system cells can convert into viruses and other types of parasites. Yes, your own healthy bacteria can turn into diseased and parasitic viruses and stuff.
But now, is that like something that's in your DNA or something?
No, that happens when, well, of course, there's going to be some people that can show, genetic lines that have the propensity to create these things. But what's most important to me, and what the important contributing factor is your environment. If you are full of toxins and heavy metals and plastics and mucus that won't move and stagnant blood, you can get these dark pockets where the body is really just doing all that it can to keep it confined so the rest of the body doesn't get toxic from it. And in those pockets, the cells there can just get so compromised and actually mutate into like gremlins. You know what happens to gremlins after midnight or when you feed them? You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? It's the same nice, cuddly, friendly gremlin can turn into something crazy destructive in your body.
Somewhere. So now, what are some common signs that somebody's body may be overloaded with parasites? You know, whether it's physical, mental, emotional. What are some things where you can just look at somebody like, he needs a cleanse or she needs a cleanse?
Okay, so for me, when I look at someone and I think that they need a parasite cleanse specifically, I'll see it more in the personality. I'll
Really?
see, especially the liver, especially the liver.
How does
If
that work?
if you have liver flukes, your anger, your pop off, your straight up road rage is almost uncontrollable. You'll be unrecognizable to yourself. You'll think that like, oh my God, you and for me, I know too. I know like, oh, I gotta clean out my liver. It's them flukes. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Everybody who eats meat, everybody who doesn't cleanse, everybody who eats out, everybody who has a pet, everybody who walks outside barefoot sometimes, just know you got parasites and they'll affect your personality and your mood. So the ones in the liver will make you just much more angry. The one like the pinworms and stuff like that in the gut, they'll just make you a lot more worried. You know what I mean?
Hey,
And they'll give you cloudy thinking and indecision, right? The ones in your nervous system will change your personality the most. The parasite that likes to live in the nervous system that a lot of people don't realize is the popular one is herpes. I'm calling it a parasite, the
oh,
virus.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It comes in a lot of different forms. Like shingles is a form.
that's considered parasites?
You know, these definitions overlap, especially when we're talking about in the natural way of looking at these things.
Right,
If you're looking at it from like thinking of it from like the industry, medical industry, they might have specific boxed in definitions because of the drugs that they sell and their industry, the economical industry and how they got to define and track things.
right,
But when we're talking about the reality, if we're calling a parasite something that eats off of you and causes you disease,
right,
right?
right, right, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
But
call herpes a
but
parasite.
that's why it's lightly used. They're saying cancer is not a parasite, but there's no actual 100% proof to that. But they're using that lingo a lot. That's why I think it's taken off so much on social media because people are like, it's cancer parasite, but then let me get rid of my cancer. You
Yeah, and they're not wrong per se. A cancer is like an extreme form of what I was talking about earlier, how some of your immune cells can turn gremlin after
hmm
midnight on you and turn into like these different viruses and stuff. But cancer is your own cells gone rogue,
Right.
body cells. So
Well,
it because of the same thing a lot of the times.
well, you mentioned a lot of emotional side effects. What about some physical side effects? Like when you look at
Mhm.
faith what are some of
It's a little hard physically to and even emotionally because the side effects of being toxic in general, the symptoms of being toxic in general are kind of the same. You know, this anytime your body has something in it that's foreign, it's going to try and get it out.
Mhm.
It's going to alert you with pain. It's going to go into states of inflammation. Inflammation is actually your body trying to repair something. So like if I broke a bone, really what it needs in order for everything to be repaired is a lot of fluid, immobilization, and a lot of blood, and sometimes heat because a higher temperature keeps it from getting bacteria overload. But we feel that as throbbing, swollen. You get what I'm saying? That inflammation response is the same kind of response that happens anywhere there's an injury in your body. Right. So, and anywhere there's extra toxins, anywhere there's an imbalance like that, and the body feels like it needs to protect itself from damage. So, you're going to have the same symptoms of parasite overload as you would of heavy metal overload, yeast overload, which is also like a parasite could be classified, stress, eating too much sugar, all these, and they all
things?
overlap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one of the things I read is if your cravings shift, then
Yes, honey.
like so my mom used to tease me if I was being greedy as a kid, like, "You must have worms or something. What's wrong with you?" Like, And also, you mentioned something that's key that I see here in Costa Rica a lot. People walking around barefoot, like, oh, I'm grounding, I'm earthing. Do that on the sand, not on the regular street where the dogs are walk. I'm just like, how are y'all
Yes,
they just
yes.
out here barefoot walking in the with a glass broken?
But the thing is that, like, because I walk barefoot a lot of places too, but not like in city areas where people are gonna spit and drop their garbage juice and stuff like that. Like but that's why I kind of I feel like if we understand what we're dealing with, it's not about attack the parasites and kill the parasites in me and don't eat anything with parasites. It's about get yourself in the healthy as you can vibration. And they don't have anything to take root. So you're going to always be confronted with parasites in some way. Like, I just breathed in a bunch of stuff that my body's going to have to deal with. It's just part of life, right?
Right.
But it's about maintaining a level of health and nutrition and activity and health hygiene, right? And when I say hygiene, I'm not just talking about like washing your hands. I'm talking about like spiritual hygiene and mental hygiene and also like washing your fruits and stuff properly, the physical hygiene, but like
That part.
all of the hygiene
Yeah.
practices that keep you away from negative things. That's what I'm calling like hygiene
Okay.
overall. And that's what it is. Be at a higher level of vibration and live there, and then they won't take root. They won't colonize. There's nothing for them to eat, and there's no home. The oxygen burns them, like when you put salt on a slug.
Mm-hmm.
So a highly oxygenated, more alkaline leaning blood type or blood situation and body where they're supposed to be alkaline, will keep the parasites from even taking root. That's the goal. And then regularly doing your cleansing.
Well, let's
Like
talk about that. That's what I want to ask about. So now, most health practitioners talk about doing a seasonal cleanse. So is that
yes.
something you recommend? Like, give us
Part of life.
well, give us like the time frame. Is it like every time the season change exactly? You do how long of a cleanse do you recommend normally?
It depends on your lifestyle, what you're around, what you're trying to do and stuff like that. I recommend that healers and people who work with other people who are sick need to cleanse a lot more often. Maybe every
Good point.
weekend. Yeah, like all the weekends they say maybe every Saturday.
Right.
Or like take a Sabbath, you know what I
Right.
mean? Once
Right.
a week
Right.
kind of thing from everything that could be low vibration and only give yourself the highest of everything from
Right.
what you give your mind. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not going to separate it, even though it might be frustrating for some people. What you eat spiritually, mentally, emotionally trumps what you eat physically. So I'm always going to put that in as part of the protocol. So yes. So if you're a healer and someone who works with keeping other people healthy, you got to cleanse a lot more often, even if it's just one day a week or 1 weekend a month. If you're someone who just has a 9 to 5 or not really into the space, but you want to stay healthy, even once a month, a weekend cleanse, a 3-day long weekend, or if you could do 7 days every 3 months, you know what I mean? But at least for everyone on this planet, especially now that we're so bombarded with plastics and heavy metals raining down on us,
Hi.
you have to cleanse.
Yeah.
We have to cleanse at least 3 to 7 days, 3 to 4 times a year.
I love that you said, especially people that do healing work, and I'm gonna add in hairdressers.
Yes,
A
honey.
lot of hairdresser clients that don't realize you're the therapist. Your people are dumping all that stuff on you, and you leaving there heavy and don't know why because you're not there, and you're in there your crown chakra. So things like that. I have a lot of hairdresser clients, so I always remind them like
Good point.
that.
Good point.
And massage
Psychology.
anybody. Well, yeah, therapists too. Any kind of therapist where you're the sponge for all of their trauma.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
for real.
Definitely take care of yourself. So now with that said, let's get our pens and papers ready, and I wanna hear the steps to go through actual parasite detox to cleanse my body. Like, what is the actual process and
Okay. So
the hard part?
if you're going to do a parasite cleanse, you're going to want to do it as part of your seasonal cleanse that you're doing anyway, but it's going to be a little bit extended. You're going to add it on as a component that's going to go longer than just 7 days, right? So you start off with this cleanse that we did in the last episode, where
7
you're
days?
going to where you're going to feast on as much vegetables and fruits as you possibly can without just fruits and vegetables in the proportion of 75% of it has to be not sweet, right? 25% by volume of everything for the whole cleanse. And I would say after about days or so of having a lot of bowel movements. Remember, you know that you're cleansing because a lot of poop comes out. You're gonna be like looking at the toilet like, oh my God, oh my God. You should be, if you are not like, oh my God, that was so much like
What
you're
alien just
not
came out of
cleansing.
me?
Exactly. What kind, where, how was that stored in me? Like,
Yeah.
where was it? Like,
I,
if you're
I
not having that reaction, you didn't cleanse. You're not cleansing.
actually knew a girl that did a 90-day juice fast or cleanse, and she still was having solid poops. And I was like,
Wow.
boggling that we have that much crap in us for.
Wow. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. Yes, because what people don't realize, what constipation to me is not just like chunks of stuff that won't move, but that plaque layer
Right.
on the intestines that needs to be
Yep. Great
dissolved
out. Yeah.
that
Some.
could take a long time.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
All right.
So
Got that. Okay.
if you get at least 3 days in of a lot of pooping, that means you got some movement going, you got some stuff coming out, and you're making room. Okay, so now start taking the herbs for the worms or for the parasites. Okay,
Okay.
there's that holy trinity that's been going on for hundreds of years, maybe more, of that wormwood, clove, and black walnut. You can find it everywhere. You can find it everywhere. So what you're going to do is after 3 days of doing a cleanse, you got everything moving, you open up space for these things to actually get out. If you're not moving in bowels, do not start killing the parasites.
Okay. And why
Okay?
they get stuck in you?
Because the die off when the herbs that you're going to take are going to kill them. And then just like anything else that dies anywhere, it leaves like toxic stuff, dead stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that just goes into the blood. You got to get it out, or else it's going to come out of your skin in the form of pimples. You're
Yeah.
gonna or boils. You get what
Ooh.
I'm saying? Yes. Or it could be get stuck to the crystals in your joints and stuff, and you get worse arthritis. Like it's a hot mess. You don't want to not get it out of the body. You got to make sure it's getting out. And the lymphatic system, which is awesomely wonderful at getting stuff from all over your body to the colon. The lymphatic system dumps in the colon
Right.
and you pump it out. I mean, you poop it out, right? Well, the kidneys are sometimes helpful as well, but you want that colon channel to be open. Okay,
Right.
so 3 days have gone. You start taking those herbs. Now, you want to stay on these herbs for at least 3 to 4 weeks.
Mm.
Okay. While you're on these herbs, no, like the optimal diet would be, it doesn't have to be that strict cleanse as we're doing for the 7 day like feast,
Right.
but I would stay away from meat during this time in general,
Okay.
right? And you could like add the carbs and the soups and the this and the that and the other and the nuts and stuff like that. But just don't have any meat just during this time. Just give
What
your body a rest.
what about no sugar either, I'm assuming.
And I would keep, I mean, sugar in general, you kind of want to stay all the way away from. I'm talking about processed sugar.
Right.
But like dates are okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whole dates soaked in water.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, because they don't bombard the blood with sugar, but you still get the sweetness,
Okay.
right? Agave, I'm not too cool with. Honey, I'm not too cool with as a
Yeah, I
sweetener,
figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my crack, so I know that's my.
Right?
Yeah, they ran out in the stores over here, so I've been kinda upset, but but maybe that's a sign. I need to chill out.
Right? But yes. So you're going to do that for 3 to 4 weeks and then take a break, meaning what you've done was kill a bunch of adult stuff. And a lot of times the larvae they're really strong. They got hard shells. So so then you wait a little couple weeks and then you do it again
Oh my god.
for 3 to 4 weeks. But what we're doing is just taking some herbs every day. That's all. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
not like you got to get a treatment and do this and do that. And then you want to switch up the herbs. Okay, hold on. Before we switch up the herbs, let me add, there's other things you're going to take along with the Holy Trinity to help get all the die off out and not have a bunch of side effects and stuff.
wait, before you even do that, when you say get those herbs, I know you sell it as well, but how do people is it a tea? Like what are they making with it?
Capsules and
Oh,
tinctures.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You can get it in a
You
capsule,
like
tablet, or tinctures.
oh,
Tea, I would say, is not going to be strong enough.
okay, gotcha. All
The
right.
tea would be nutritious, but it's not going to give you a good die off. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
But after the 3 weeks,
after the 3 weeks, you give it. But okay, also while you're taking these herbs, so you got the Holy Trinity to kill off the herbs, but then you can also take other things that will help to mitigate the side effects of the die off,
okay.
such as clay, bentonite clay.
Oh,
They
yeah,
call
I
these
heard about that.
binders,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
But if you're on the cleanse and you're taking a lot of plants and stuff like that, then I don't call them binders. They act as more than just binders.
Like the vacuum cleaner helps suck up?
Yeah, and they suck stuff up so your kidneys and
Okay.
your liver don't even have to deal with it. So, you know what I mean? And then they also, so okay, let's say there's clay. Clay is going to give you a lot of minerals. Certain clays, like the green clay, is also going to help you alkalinize the blood. Alkaline blood parasites can't live in it very well. You get what I'm saying? So it's
And you
not
just put
just
it
a binder.
and you just put it in water, like, explain.
And just put it down. Yep, a teaspoon, couple times a day, and
Okay.
just drink it. Don't really have a taste. Tastes like chalk
Salt
dissolved in water.
and
You
water?
can do clay. You can do activated charcoal. Right. There's also a thing called diatomaceous earth.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard.
Uh-huh. That is a little that's kind of a binder, but it's also a mineral. And the way that it does its parasite cleansing is mechanical, not chemical. Meaning the other herbs I just mentioned, that Holy Trinity, they chemically poison the parasites. But diatomaceous earth is actually left over like celled sea animals and freshwater and salt from long time ago that had shells on them, but they're so tiny that now you can find huge deposits of diatomaceous earth everywhere, and it's like white super fine powder to us, but to the parasites it's like shards of glass. So as they're traveling over, they literally get cut up and mechanically killed. But
Wow.
we're getting minerals. It also acts as a little bit of a binder. It's absorbing some of those toxins, but mostly it's mechanically killing them things. But diatomaceous earth, you take maybe half a teaspoon a couple times a day in water as well. You can't OD on these things, on these
Okay.
so-called
I was gonna
binders.
ask, like, do you have to take only one, or can you take 2 of them?
You can take all of You can
Really?
make a little mix of it and just drink it down too. You get what I'm saying? I would suggest not to take it at the same time as the herbal supplements. Space them out about 2 hours because you don't want to interfere. Sometimes like activated charcoal is a non-discriminatory absorbing thing. Sometimes it'll
Oh,
absorb
gotcha.
the good and the bad.
Okay.
The clay usually only absorbs opposite charge, which is going to be a diseased stuff situation. I don't know about the absorbing properties of diatomaceous earth too much because I focus more on mechanical
Okay.
action that it
I
has.
think I'll stick to the clay. The activating charcoal is what I think they sell that out here.
Hmm. And doing enemas help as well.
Oh, okay.
Drinking your bitter teas. These are all supplements to help
The
the
process.
process.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, doing a good coffee enema, that'll activate the liver to throw off all the toxins that it's been building up and not be so sluggish. Like, hey, wake up. Let's get rid of all this stuff that we're just kind of complacent to, including the parasites. You can also do a foot bath and get rid of a lot of the heavy metals out of your body from the feet. You got more pores in your feet than anywhere else in your body. And so you can get a lot out and to your body through your feet.
Okay.
And yes, the beach. The beach fixes everything.
Everything. And telling people, get your butt if you want to go ground and go on the sand. My goodness.
Yeah, they used to tell us you should douche in the beach as well. I don't anymore, but when I lived in Africa, I
Really?
did.
But
Hmm.
I mean, it automatically goes up there anyway in the water.
It kind of does, don't it?
I've never heard of that. Douche with salt water? Lord,
Ocean water.
ocean water, same thing. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, saltwater, ocean water.
All right. So after that, is there anything that they should do after their, I guess, 3 week cleanses technically?
Yeah, then you take a break. Okay, so yeah, then you're gonna take a break and let the stuff that didn't hatch, that was eggs that you couldn't get to, right? Let them hatch. So give it a couple weeks, then do it again. Uh-huh.
Don't know if there's things hatching in us. Is it like, ugh.
I know the
But
whole idea.
how would you know? But you're like let them hatch. I
You
mean,
don't. You don't really. Like, I mean, you could if you're super intuitive, if you go to somebody who reads iridology really well. But for real, they have parasite tests for on the, when you go to the doctor and stuff like that, but they're not very accurate. You can have parasites that you see with your naked eyeball, and you send a sample to the lab and they're like, yeah, no, we didn't see anything. But I saw it with my eyeballs. Like, what are you talking about? I saw the pinworms with my eyeballs.
Oh my God.
That happened to me when I was little.
Right.
Oh God. It was
Oh
so
yeah,
gross.
you did. Tell me that story. So you had pinworms?
I had pinworms, like a lot of pinworms. It was so gross.
How did you get that?
But
Well,
yeah, I had them here in the States, but I didn't know because I was a little girl. I didn't know like what exactly it was. I noticed it myself on my poop one time.
oh my
And
God.
I didn't say anything. I was just like, whatever. And then when we moved to Liberia, it's
I
so
was like,
gross.
whatever, that's bugging my poop.
That's so gross. I was 9. We moved to Liberia, and then I was eating a lot of stuff off the street and stuff, and it got a lot worse. So that when I pooped, you could not miss it. And then it started getting like diarrhea, like it was just an overinfestation. Overinfestation. And so my mom took a sample of my poop to the doctor. We could see the freaking worms in the sample. And the test results were negative.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They didn't have the technology, or maybe they didn't. Yeah, that's crazy. So then what?
But they're easy to miss.
My skin is crawling out.
I try to tell you, they're easy to miss. So then they gave me these little pink pills and I pooped them all out. So that's the allopathic way. They just give you, some pills and they kill it and then you poop it all out. But there was also living in Liberia, I would get in trouble all the time because I'd go through the jungles. I lived in the jungle, and there was so many flies that could implant things in you, worms and parasites and stuff. And there's this one place we used to go all the time. It was a waterfall, so I would get in trouble all the time when I go play in the water there because they have like river flies and stuff in the water. So they say. And then the medicine, and they make hookworms that are like 15 feet long, and the only way that they knew how to get it out the body was by some drug that would make you go blind. The
Oh,
drug made you
hell
go
no.
blind. The drug made you go blind, not the worm. The drug.
Oh my God, Lord.
Yeah, so there's all kind of different forms and all kind of treatments, but if you optimize your internal environment, do cleanses, eat a lot of greens, have good hygiene, spiritual, emotional, and physical, and you do cycles of cleansing, you don't really got to worry about the infestation. It's just a part of life. It's just a part of having hygiene.
Right.
And you,
Oh, I was gonna say, can you expand on one more thing related to the environment? Because, so for instance, I have a girlfriend. I'm always getting on her because she does everything in the microwave, everything with the plugins, which I used to love. I used to love plugins, but like her house is full of plugins. She does like people that, not her, but I know someone else that would put stuff in the microwave with styrofoam, like they're warming up
oh God.
stuff that I'm like, how do you? This is you know what I mean? So what are some things? I mean, obviously, like Febreze, like spraying all these things, like things that we think smell good, and like even Bath and Body Works, the candles. I was literally doing Reiki on her, and the candle made me sick. I was like, "Can we out this? Because this is not soy. This is not natural. You know." So things like that people don't think is a big deal, but they don't realize it's causing damage. Can you just share? Like, look at you cringing.
It is so hard for me to watch the way we live right now. It is so hard. When I tell you, like, I like capitalism. I like free enterprise, let me say. I like free enterprise. It is out of control. These companies are set, and we're buying, like we're working.
Right.
We're away from our children, our families, our loved ones, not doing our purpose and passion in life, working just to make money to spend on
On
poison. Nobody's putting a gun to our head. There are healthy alternatives out there. You get what I'm saying? Yes, they're a little bit more, but I promise you, you're wasting the money that you thought you were saving on having to deal with the disease.
It could even be not just the stuff we put on our skin, like facial makeup and all. It could even be furniture too, they say.
Everything is
Right.
poisonous, honey.
No, now the leggings, like a lot of the
All of it.
Yeah.
Plastic, we have no business wearing plastic. We're eating plastic. We're spraying plastic. We're drinking plastic. We're part plastic, literally. Everyone has enough plastic in their body to make a credit card. And that was like a decade. That statistic was from a decade ago. And I'm sure we could probably make 2-3 credit cards, each of us, these times.
Yeah.
And all of it is poison. So everything, that's what I'm lumping into hygiene and like lifestyle.
Right.
Just do an overhaul from when you get up to you go to bed, and every product that you interact with, ask yourself, is this from a plant or is this from oil? It's really that basic.
Okay.
All of it. All of it that's bad for us
Hard,
is
though.
basically from oil. All the pesticides, all the fertilizers, the lycra, the polyester, the fragrances, the wax that we're talking about in the can, all of that is oil. It's not hard. It's not complex. It's super simple. It's big oil. When they were making that, I don't know if this is too much of a tangent, but it also is part of creating an immune system that is down and a sluggish, everything that allows for parasites to take root.
Yeah, well, you're not.
But I lump that into the hygiene lifestyle thing. Make sure it's just plant. From your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your creams, your perfumes, the thing that you're drinking out of, the thing that you're drinking, you know what I'm saying? The creamers. It's just like it's all oil. It's not even like you got to know what this is and that is. Just for real, it's all oil. Ask yourself, is it a plant or is it from crude oil?
Okay.
Because everything synthetic is crude oil. And crude oil, when we eat it, nothing eats it. Not even roaches eat.
Yeah.
So we're eating it like it's an essential component, like a nutrient, and it's a poison. So yeah, if we can,
Just read people, understand, learn. Like, don't just assume because it's out there that it's safe. That's all I say.
that's what they say, especially people who come here thinking that America is such a great place. They trust the labels on the front of the products. They don't read the ingredients. They're like, well, it says they
Natural.
wouldn't sell it. They sell natural. They wouldn't
Yeah.
sell it if it causes disease. You know how many times I hear that?
Yeah.
But they wouldn't be allowed to sell it. This is capitalism. They're allowed to do whatever they want to do. No, I don't say, and they'll pay for the lawsuit.
Yeah.
It doesn't get in their way. They don't care.
Still on the shelves half of the time. Like, there's a yogurt I like, Chobani, and they just got sued.
I heard.
And I'm like, I used to like that yogurt.
Me too. And the one, the Irish butter broke my heart.
No, they got sued too.
Yeah, what's that called? You know exactly who I'm
I
talking about.
know exactly what Irish buddy you're talking about.
Broke my heart. I trusted
Gotta
that.
send me the link. I don't know. What did they do?
Apparently, it's in the label. It's not in the butter itself. They're using a label that has like forever chemicals.
Oh God. Great.
Ching.
We can't run away. We can. There's ways to just avoid it, but yeah, it's just hard.
And we got to change it. We could vote with our dollars. You know what I'm saying? And be the example of what it feels and looks like to not have parasites and go along with the flow of what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pushing 50. And I'm not in peak performance.
And
I don't treat myself as good as I know I need to. There's a gap between knowing and doing that I'm still closing.
Right.
But I love being able to show women that are in their early 30s, like, you don't have to be suffering like this.
Right.
You can change your choices. Nobody's really doing this to us. We're voluntarily doing this.
Can I just add one more thing? 'Cause I'm gonna have to link so many shows. We've done shows on toxicity and all that, but especially with Black women perming their hair, using extensions that have the toxins in it that I'm learning about too. 'Cause I used to love extensions. And then the fibroids, that's a whole nother show too. All these different things are causing.
It's so interrelated. I'm sorry I cut you off. Yes,
No.
they're causing body.
Explain that.
To me, it's all the same thing. It's a lifestyle where when I lived in Morocco as a teenager for about 3 years, my health was so pristine. And it wasn't because I had to choose between, okay, is this plant or is this oil? It was because we didn't have no McDonald's. We didn't have any choice. And the food there that everybody cooks it's so fertile and so natural. It's so much plant. Like you eat more plants than you do meat. And not because the meat's expensive, it's just going with the flow was, I forgot.
Environment, y'all.
I forgot your question. I
forgot it
forgot
too.
your original.
You would probably forgot it too. Well, I think you answered it though. Maybe.
Yeah, it's all related. It's all related. So I think this is the answer. If you have fibroid issues and you have other type of issues, you have parasite issues. If you have parasite issues, you probably got stagnation issues that are causing reproductive issues as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
they very much overlap. They're not so in a little box. Boxes are for convenience for computers and profit line items.
Right.
Real life is not so neat. So in real life, sicknesses and stuff like that, that's why we call it dis-ease, because it's not really something that you get. It's something that develops over time
Mhm.
because of toxins that are just not getting out that never should have been there in the first place.
Right.
So parasites have a lot to do with cancer. So much so that you could call cancer a parasite. Parasites have a lot to do with infertility and fibroids. So much so that it's not that wrong when someone says a fibroid is a collection of parasites.
It really is because when I think about when I had a major parasite. I mean fibroid. It was like the size of a grapefruit. And at the time, I remember I wanted to have a baby. That was a long time ago. But them days over. But but I remember the analogy was this fibroid is fighting with the baby that wants to come. Like because it's like sugar, the food, everything. So it's literally taking the blood supply from a fetus or from the baby that would be growing it.
That would be
It
there.
doesn't sound like a damn parasite.
That's exactly. So if we're going to have a word and give it a definition, then
Right.
to me, that's the word. Let it be what it is. If a fibroid is sucking the nutrients and it actually has things in there that are alive eating it and it has a lot of toxins in it, then why is calling it a parasite so off? Like it's not that off.
Like an alien in your body for real. But now, with all the knowledge you have, I want you to share with our people. How can people get consultation with you to get started with their, journey, their health journey, whatever it is? Tell us the basics on how to get in contact with you.
Luna, like the moon, Luna, Luna, rain that falls from the sky, botanicals with an S. Luna Rain Botanicals is the name of my herbal company, and that's me across all social media. I am TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube is Luna Rain Botanicals.
Okay.
And then if you go to my website, lunarainbotanicals.com, and click on consultations, you can book a consultation.
Wonderful. And do you sell something? Don't you sell herbal things like the business?
Yes, I sell the cleanse program. I sell a cleanse program for belly fat and one for just regular cleanse.
Perfect, though. Yeah, the belly fat. I might have to look into
Mhm.
that one.
And I make custom blends too. You know what I mean? Because some people, depending on if we do a consultation, I can know if you're on prescriptions, if you have allergies, if you have stuff like that, and then I can
Okay.
make a custom blend. The herbs that I have on my website are very specifically curated to be like very safe and general. You know, but there are really powerful herbs that I could recommend if I know that you're not allergic and you're not on specific prescriptions that are very common. So I don't put them on the website. So
Got
I love doing consultations so that I can really get specific and get you a powerful, recommend a powerful combination for you. Tailor
wonderful.
made, tailor made. Mhm.
Wonderful. Well, as always, we love having you on your Power Radio as one of our resident experts.
Thank you for having me. I love you so much.
Love you so much too, and we'll see you next time. I'm sure we'll have another topic that comes up soon.
Okay, good.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that episode so you can actually get started on your detox journey and get rid of them parasites. And we have plenty other shows that we talk about fasting, detoxing, smoothies, all that good stuff. So I will link some of those in the bottom so that you can check them out. And we hope to see you next time. Remember, if you're interested in learning more about my magical mentorship program, where I coach women who are on their spiritual journey and also their career journey, I do a mix of life coaching and spiritual coaching, and we meet twice a month. And it's a lot of fun, and you get to accomplish a lot of your goals and have camaraderie and the support that you need to help you in the next stage of your life, right? And if you're interested in learning about Reiki or getting an intuitive life coaching session, definitely hit me up. Just go to ownyourpowerlifestyle.com to learn more about what I do or ownyourpower.biz. They both go to the same place. And you can also follow me at Own Your Power on Instagram. And remember, anything you want is attainable. I'll see you next time. Own your power.
Skin secrets of beauty alchemy. Here's one that I've been doing for years that I hadn't even realized. I was like, let me tell the people. So I sleep slightly elevated, just slightly, because if you sleep flat, the lymph pools in your face. And you know, a lot of my work has to do with lymph drainage. But when you sleep, if you sleep flat, it pools in your face and it creates dark circles and puffiness in your face. So when I go to sleep, I just put my pillow, not that high, just I put one there and I put one there. And you see, I'm not like way upright. It's just enough for the lymph to flow and not pool in my face. So when I wake up, I don't have dark circles. I don't have puffiness. So that is a skin secret from Beauty Alchemy today.
Ladies, did you know Black women often experience menopause earlier and with stronger symptoms than any other group? That's right, next level hot flashes, mood swings, and sleepless nights. But don't sweat it. Moonchild by Black Girl Vitamins is here to help. Packed with herbs like ashwagandha, it's specially designed to support perimenopausal and menopausal women just like you. Plus, it's 100% vegan and doctor approved. Feel balanced, cool, and in control every stage of the journey. Own your power and take on menopause like the queen that you are. Try Moonchild by Black Girl Vitamins today and get 20% off by clicking our special link in the show notes.